Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome. Can you guys hear me? Sometimes I don't know if I am muted. I feel like my situation is in slow motion. I don't know what's going on. Am I in slow motion? Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Remember that song? I think I'm in slow mo. I don't know. Okay. So I was trying to get to this post, and I think I'm here. You guys probably can't see it, but I can see it. Okay, I was trying to show this post. Okay. All right. So happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to ya. Happy Wednesday to ya. Happy Wednesday. Who do we have in the chat? Who do we have? Is this a happy Wednesday? It's a happy Wednesday for me. I want to tell you, it's a happy Wednesday because I reunited with my daughter. Reunited, and it feels so good. My daughter had been gone while I was on my little Didi meetup trip. She was gone for a whole week. I was like, oh, we're reunited. So it was that Peaches and Herb. Do you guys know who that is? They were the bomb.com. All right, so I'm excited. I'm happy to see my daughter, and yeah, we've just been catching up, and now I'm here. Now I am here. I've been busy. I've been gone all day. Since this morning, I literally got back probably at 6:15-ish, 6:30, and then I'm on this live stream. How about that? So I have on this sweatshirt because I know you guys are probably thinking, isn't it 90 in Ohio? Well, in my house, it's not 90. I have some good air conditioning. You got to have some good air for the 90s. So I have some good air conditioning, and I'm in the air. So I'm kind of chilly, kind of cold. So I thought it's a special person. They don't know that I got this Chicago t-shirt or sweatshirt, but it's from a special person. And I don't know that they want me to say who it is. So I'm not going to say, but it's cute. How about that? So I'm telling you, now I have it on now because I'm with you guys on, this Didi's channel. But in the fall, when I go out in the fall, I'm going to be wearing this with some brown boots. I got a bag that's going to set this baby off. And I love it. They had all kind of colors, but I knew this was the color for me. So if you know anything about what's going on Didi's channel, you know that I just got back from Chicago with some fabulous ladies. I'm going to put this back up so you don't have to see Chicago the whole time. But I just got back from out of town, meeting up with some fabulous ladies. And I'm excited about that. So I want you guys to join me on Friday. I will be going live on Friday. I'm going to be talking about my 2 years on YouTube. And I'm going to talk about how my YouTube journey is a lot like this. Is a lot like this GLP-1 journey. So I'm going to be talking about both of those things. So if you are a content creator and you're watching whatever field you are in, at the end, if you want to ask questions, maybe I have some insight that can help some people. I'll take questions about that, but you can ask questions about whatever, but I don't want to bore the people that are here to learn about GLP-1 and talk about the GLP-1 with the content creator stuff. So I'm going to fuse it together and then I'm going to break it apart at the end. So that's going to be Friday. So join me on Friday. Unless something changes in my life, I'm planning on going live on Friday, Didi's Friday night. So be there or be square. Let me put on the shades of it all. And then I just love the Diva hair. Don't you love the Diva hair? I just love the Diva hair. I feel like a diva for real. Okay, so let's see who is in the chat. We got Mail to the B. Mail to the B was traveling and she still made it here. I call that dedication at its finest. Okay, she says, good evening, Mel and Didi. Please like, share, and subscribe as you enter the live stream chat this evening. Thank you, Mel. Mel was at the meetup. I'm also going to be talking about that meetup on Friday as well. So I'm going to talk about the 2-year anniversary plays into that. It's so perfect that this meetup happened right when I am celebrating 2 years of being on YouTube. So we're going to be talking about that on Friday. So on Friday, if you're not busy, join me. I will be doing that. So we got Keisha. Keisha, how are you, Keisha? Keisha, you are looking fabulous. You know, my daughter's hair is kind of like yours, Keisha. It really is. She just doesn't have the things coming down the front. Super cute. Love it, love it, love it. She made herself a bun. The girl braided her hair up into a ponytail, and she has hair hanging down. But every time we FaceTimed her, they were with me when my daughter would FaceTime, and she had her hair in a bun. She put her hair in a bun. I said, she reminds me of Keisha, I thought to myself. So I love that. So who else we? Tammy, oh, how are you? Tammy says, good evening, everyone. I am new to the channel and new to the live. Thank you for joining the live. You know what? I'm going to give you some confetti for coming on in, my friend. How about that? I hope this operation, I always say that, but until I get a new computer, I'm going to say that every time. So hopefully, Tammy, we're still up and going after I give you this confetti. Welcome to the live and welcome to the channel. We love that. Looking cute. Now I can't see you up close, your face, but I love the outfit and I love the haircut, and I could just tell you're fabulous. So fabulous people belong in this chat, right? Because we're all fabulous. I love that. Okay, so people are welcoming her. My girl, Sweet Bee, how are you? She says, good evening, Dee Dee, Mel B, Keisha, and Tammy. We got Shay. Hello, Shay, my name twin. How are you? Shay, I saw you put, you want to come to a meetup if we have it again? Well, we got to have it again because I think everybody who was at that meetup said, when are we going to have the next one? I'm looking forward to the next one. So we got to do something. I just don't know what, but we'll figure it out. All right, so look, there's that. Okay, we got Ocean. How are you? Looking like a beauty. How are you? Okay, we got who else is in here? Let me see. Pamela, how are you? She says, hi, Tammy. Welcome to the Diva family. Hello, Perfectly Pamela. She was at the meetup. It was so cool to meet Pam. You know, Pam was the only one that I had met previously. So it was like meeting an old friend, not an old as in old, but like somebody you already knew, right? So we had already met up. So that's cool. I love that. All right, Pamela. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these ladies, you know, you see Pamela because she's a content creator. You see her on her channel, but a lot of these ladies in person look even better, if that's a thing. I love that. So Pamela, you look good. I will say that. She says, good evening, Diva, Marvelous Male, and chat. Who else do we got? She says, Tammy says, how do I give a thumbs up? I'm sure somebody probably told her about that. Hopefully. Mel is saying we're happy to have Tammy. Okay, very good. People are speaking to each other. Hold up. Wait a minute. Did I pass my weight loss twin? Oh, Purple Bellflower. She says, happy Wednesday, Diva. She's saying hello to everyone. Let's see. Who else do we have in here? Did I miss anyone? Oh, we got Be Well with Cara. How are you? She says, hey, Dee Dee. Cute profile pic. I love that. Tanya, how are you? How are you? Tanya Thompson. Love that name. All right. Who else do we have in here? Oh, you said, is that your hometown? Representing my hometown. Chi-Town. I call it Chi-Town. I just love Chicago. Remember, I used to have a friend that lived in Chicago. Okay, let's see. Teddy D, how are you? He says, hey, Diva. Hello, everyone. We have Pamela saying you love the sweater. Yes, and I'm wearing this sweater because somebody special gave me this sweater, and I'm actually in air conditioning and cold. So this sweater, if I have to take this off with these lights, I will. But for right now, I think I'm okay. Who else do we have in here? Renita, how are you? How are you? Welcome to the chat. And we got my girl Cheryl is in here. Hey, how you doing? Wait a minute. Elizabeth, how are you? She says, very grateful for AC today. It's in the 90s in Minnesota too. Yes, it's warm. We went from being so hot, so cold to now we're so hot. All right, let me see why my daughter's in here. She knows not to interrupt my life. So this needs to be super important. Hold on. Okay, all right. So yeah, it is hot here too, but again, this AC is everything, right? Rita, how are you, Rita, she says, I hope everyone had a good day. I think we did. Today was a good day. All right, we got Ruth looking fab in my favorite color. She says, hey, Dee and Chad, happy Wednesday, everyone. I just love your profile pic. I love the bag. I love the swag of it all. Wait a minute. Hold up. We got my girl M to the V to the P. How are you? She says, happy Wednesday, Dee and Diva fam. Welcome to the chat. Who else do we have in here? She said, your hair is gorgeous. Keisha, isn't it? I just love that. You know, I used to rock braids back in the day. She makes you want to get braids. She makes me want to break up with my hairdo. Remember Usher's song? He used to say, you make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship. He makes me want to get rid of this. She makes me want to get rid of this and do the braids again. Jeez Louise. All right. Cookie, how are you? Cookie, we are so glad to see you. She was also at the meetup. Jeez Louise. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. I forgot M to the V to the P was also at the meetup. Here we go. She was at the meetup. Cookie was at the meetup. We're meeting up. Jeez Louise. Who else do we have in here? If I skipped somebody, let me know. I skipped you. I did not mean to. I think I got everybody. People are saying hello to each other. Okay. All right. So tonight, you know, if you guys have something you want to talk about, always chime in. But, you know, I come prepared with a topic. So today, I want to talk about, kind of piggyback off of my video I put out the other day, talking about the fear of secretly gaining the weight back. So my question for you is that you could just tell me with a yes or no. If you want to explain, you can. But are you secretly afraid of gaining your weight back that you have lost on your GLP-1? Has it ever crossed your mind? Do I ever cross your mind? Anytime. Now, be honest. Have you ever thought about, what if I gain this weight back? Anybody? And I'm going to start off with saying, yes, I thought about that. But really, I'm going to tell you, it's been nice because I've been able to maintain the 80 plus pounds I've lost and not gain it back, like not backtrack. So even though I kind of recycle losing some pounds and gaining some of these same pounds, and I've been stuck in a, what do you call that? I've been stuck in like the 80s. The 80s was good though. The music of the 80s was good. I will say the TV of the 80s was good. So I've been stuck in kind of the 80s as far as the weight loss of it all. So there's that. But I do, I do think that it probably could be a fear if I thought the medication was going out. So I'm going to let you watch my video because I talk about something else beside the fear that I think I'm afraid of even more, of gaining the weight back. But I'm not in maintenance, so I still have a lot to lose. But you guys are in maintenance. I wonder if you ever get afraid of gaining it back. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Okay, so are you guys afraid of losing the weight back? Are you secretly afraid? So, okay, Mel says no. Okay, all right, Mel says no. Mel, why are you not afraid? Like what, why aren't you? If you don't mind saying that. Remember to like the live. We got 35 people watching. So if you're one of those watchers, just hit that like button. Tammy says yes. Okay, Tammy, why are you afraid of gaining it back if you don't mind sharing that with us? Pamela said somewhat, but the longer I'm on a GLP-1, the more that fear subsides. Okay, very good. The more you're taking it, probably because you're maintaining it and you're actually losing. But I think the important thing to remember is this reminds me of like a roller coaster ride in a way, right? It's going to, fluctuate. It's not going to be a straight line going across with your weight loss. It's going to be some up times, some down times. You might even take a big steep down, dive down, but you'll come back and you'll come back up and you'll go back down. And one of the things I think that, kind of squashed my fears was my doctor. Every time I would go to the doctor, her focus was my A1C because I was diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. And now that my A1C is in the normal range, then she started talking about the weight loss. She did not before that. All the focus was on the A1C. And I kind of think though that what you're eating and, all that go hand in hand, but that was her focus. So now we're a little bit more focused on the weight. And actually, I haven't met with her I meet with her, I think in September-ish, something like that. And, you know, when I go to her, I don't want to be 80 some pounds down. I want to be more pounds down. So I said, you know, I have a birthday coming up in a couple of weeks, and everybody and their mom want to take me out to dinner. You know, I have different clusters of friends and different friendship circles. So, you know, and it's, of course, you can eat out and not gain weight, but you know, it's harder to get things that doesn't have a lot of sodium, and, you know, and it's hard not to, you know, indulge like you would if you were cooking at home and prepping everything at home. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit of grace until that birthday hits, and I'll be 54 in a couple of weeks. And then I got to strap it down because I'm going to meet my doctor. Now, I'm going to talk about a little bit about my weight on Friday because it ties into this DD trip. Something that I have not shared with anybody, I'm going to share on Friday. So be there on Friday. I'm going to be talking a little bit about that. And one of the things I see is people saying when they go on vacation, people are saying they don't take their shot. And I think that's interesting. And I know people don't because they want to drink and not get sick. Well, luckily, I don't drink. Like, I will have a drink, but I don't have to have one. And I don't drink enough. Like, if I was to drink, and if I drank one sip and I didn't feel right, I would stop it, you know? So, I like a good mixed drink. If I'm going to drink something, I prefer alcohol free, but you know, a clean to my retirement, a clean to turning 54. I wouldn't mind a little something up in there, but so yeah, I don't really have to worry about drinking and smoking and all that. Like, so I really, truly, like, my one, vice, if you want to call it that, is the, you know, snacks and food and eating stuff I should, the carbs of it all. The carbs of it all. So there's that. So I'm going to share that on Friday. So I think that people, you know, say, oh, I want to be able to indulge, so I'm not going to take an injection on vacation. And, you know, my philosophy is just take the shot. I mean, you know, take your injection and keep it moving. But I realize that might be hard for some people. People want to, I say, do what is best for you. I personally am still going to take my injection. Okay, so a lot of people are afraid of gaining this weight back, like like I was once. I had the thought. I think I'm afraid of something even more than that, which is not just gaining weight back. And like I said, because now if I didn't take the medicine, I would say, oh, heck yeah. If I didn't have the medicine, I would be afraid of gaining it back. All right, so my name twin says, I think gaining the weight back is in the back of everybody's mind. Yes, I think so too. I'm not secretly afraid. Nancy says, I'm out with it. I'm openly, honestly, blatantly telling everybody I'm afraid. So what are you afraid of? Like, are you afraid of, like, once you get to your goal of gaining it back, are you afraid of backsliding during your process? Like, what does that entail? She says, once I got this low in weight, no. But before I lost it all early on, yes. Okay, very good. Very honest, too. Okay. Cookie says, I haven't thought about it yet, but if I start gaining a little, or if the food noise comes back, I'm sure it will cross my mind. Yeah. And that's one of the things, you know, I get some comments now where, you know, the more you grow, people start telling you what you don't want to know. And people have been saying, like, you know, just diet and exercise. Well, been there, done that. And then they'll say, when you stop taking it, you'll gain all the way back. Okay, thank you for stopping by my channel and being so positive. That's kind of what I want to say. And I kind of say that in the nicest possible way. But, you know, it's just funny. People get on here and tell you that. But the thing of it is, you know, I think that's why in maintenance, people have like a range when they get down. You know, they don't just say, I want to get to 145. They have a range. I want to be between, you know, 140 and 150. That way, if you give yourself a cushion, if you gain a few pounds, I think that's okay. I think if you gain like 15 or 20, then that's, you know, that's a kind of a lot. That could be a size, right? 15 to 20 pounds for some people could be a whole size. So I say, you know, just within a, you know, to gain weight back is not bad, but it's like, how much is your range to gain? Honestly, I would be in denial to say, no, I've lost over 100 pounds many times. Somebody, Amira Mindy always says that, like, she's lost 100 pounds several times. I'm hopeful that these treatments will work for the rest of my life, but I'm realistic. It's not a cure. Okay. Very good. Very good. Yes. That's the hard part, isn't it? Cookie said, Nancy, don't be scared. So Osha says, how do I move from mobile to adapted? The standard live stream, I can't see the chat. Mail to the B, can you explain, or Bellflower, how did she get over from that mobile chat? Weight regain is definitely a concern, but like perfectly Pamela said, the longer I'm in maintenance, the less concerned I feel. I still monitor my weight. Very good. And so how are you monitoring that? When you say you're monitoring, like what kinds of things are you doing? As Mel Robbins would say, let them take you to dinner. I'm gonna go. You guys see how I operate. I'm gonna go, but at some point, I do have to buckle down here. And cut the, kind of cut that all out because I got a goal I want to get to by the time I reach my doctor. By the time I reach my doctor. Okay. Hi Kelly. Is that curly? I don't know. I'm just gonna say K because I can't pronounce this name. Gosh, I love the name though because it's different. Okay, very good. What a cutie you are. She says, I'm curious if anyone else was told by their doctor that the GLP-1 was a lifetime medication. I hear folks start to stop it. So wondering if that was an understanding. Sorry if it's off topic. No, you know what? Thank you for asking that. My doctor never said this was a lifetime kind of thing, but I'm a little different because, being diagnosed as type 2 and getting on the medication to control my A1C, it might be a little bit different. Maybe somebody else's doctor who is on here totally for weight loss, talk to them about it. But my doctor has not said, we have not had that discussion. I think if you have I think it levels to this GLP-1. Let me just say, and I don't think people really address the levels enough. I hear people talking about it like we're all the same. We're not all the same on the GLP-1. Some of us are type 2 diabetics. That's a whole nother thing. Some of us, I know people are type 1, taking it. I realize that people have the disease of obesity. Some people don't. Some people had their feminine situation with the hormones and that kicked them into obesity. Some people have, struggled from childhood. Some people struggled after getting pregnant, having a baby. And then, the perimenopause, menopause of it all. I think if you have the disease of obesity, whether you believe in that or not, because I even realize some people don't believe in that. I think when people say you make the medication look bad, that rubs me such the wrong way because it reminds me of the same way people talk about overweight people. I feel like some people in this GLP-1 community are doing the same thing. It's like we can never stick together on something. It's levels to this. Like it's levels to wealth. It's levels to and I said this on my DD trip. I think of things in levels. And I think you can't put us all in the same boat. So some people are going to struggle even with the GLP-1. And some people are going to get that GLP-1. It's going to be therapeutic for them. They're going to zoom right through it, hit their weight goal, and they're off and living their best life and maintenance. Some people it's going to take a lot longer, and some people are going to struggle. And I know what it irritates people when people struggle, like the content creators struggle, and then they make excuses about why they're struggling. They blame everything but the fact that they're not doing what they're, practicing those healthy habits. But I even don't think that's making the medication look bad unless you are doing all the wild, wild west of it all. I think that we have to realize that people are going to lose weight at their own pace. I'm kind of getting warm, so I might have to take this sweater off and put on my other shirt. But, people are going to lose weight at a different pace. And I think that that's okay. I think to say, like, you're making the medication look bad. We're all different. So if you had somebody who was like 400 and 500 pounds, we have stories of people who came down and are like in Wonderland, but you still have some people that are struggling. And I think that we gotta let them struggle. You just don't know like what people's background is, where they are coming from. And I think to say like, oh, they're making the medication look bad, or they're going to have to be on the medication forever, and they're saying they want to get off. I just think you got to let people learn their own lessons. And the best thing you could be for somebody, I always say this, shaming people. Remember when you were overweight? Weren't people shaming you about you being fat, or you felt judged, or you felt ashamed? Did that work for you? No, nobody ran. People are on this medication not because they were shamed. So, but people are on this medication because everything else probably didn't work. Now, not everybody. Some people probably said, you know, hey, I got 20 pounds to drop. I'm taking this GLP-1. I tried on my own. I don't want to try. People are on it for all kind of reasons. And what I'm saying is, I think we got to let people do whatever they do. I'm not one of those people that's like criticizing what folks are doing and how they're doing it. And I see that going on, and it just like it grinds my gear when people are saying like you make the medication look bad, because I don't think that's true. I think if we really think this obesity is a disease and it took you years and years and years to gain 400 pounds, it might take you years and years and years to get under 200 or to get to a healthy weight. So who got me off on this tangent? I don't know who that was, but and I feel sometimes I see these content creators in the GLP-1 community getting on there and explaining themselves and feeling like, I got to explain why I gained weight. I got to explain why I ate. I just don't think I don't think people realize how tough that is, how hard that is to constantly be judged. And so it's like you were judged when you were overweight. Now you're being judged taking a GLP-1, and now you're being judged when you're losing weight. So yeah, I just, like I said, if I don't have like anything nice to offer to somebody on this journey, I'm just not going to say anything. If you want to eat all the, cupcakes and snacks you want to eat until you figure it out, go for it. If your GLP-1 lets you eat that. Now, should you be doing that? If there's that part of a healthy lifestyle? No, but some people, I also think it's like any other vice. I mean, think about like the worst vice you have. Think about it like that, because I think when you just think like, oh, I lost weight on the GLP-1, it's not that hard. Okay, but is it somebody who has to have that cocktail, that glass of wine, that alcohol, somebody who, has to do whatever vice they have? This is just like that. You might have a tool. I know people who had the patch for smoking. They smoke right through the patch, right? I mean, same thing with this GLP-1. So I think the way people are understanding and patient with that, you kind of have to be understanding and patient with this GLP-1. So let me get off my soapbox, because I'm telling you, that irritates me when people say, say that, because I feel like we're putting each other down instead of lifting each other up. And I think it's a way you can support folks. So that's not off topic. I kind of went off topic. So I think that's an interesting thing. I'm going to talk to my doctor about that. I never dared ask my doctor, is this something I should be on for a lifetime? But, I know for me, I think the weight would definitely come back. And even if the weight didn't, that inflammation is going to keep me on here. Like having that freedom of like my knees not hurting. The water, when I was in Chicago, it was interesting. I tried not to drink water because I didn't want to have to go to the bathroom, even in the hotel. It was a clean, nice hotel. I still didn't want to. It's not my facilities, right? So I wanted to go as least as possible. Well, I could tell that water was building up because I was not drinking, and it wasn't I was not flowing. And so my ankles started to get like, swollen, and I could see it. And so just imagine if I didn't have the medication, I think it would probably be worse. It probably would be worse because I could retain water like no other. And I've never taken a water pill. I know people do that. I've never taken that. So I don't know how that is, but I kind of felt like, dang, I need a water pill when I came back. And I didn't have one. So what I started doing was drinking. I started drinking my water, and I got my electrolytes going. And I felt like I was on makeup mode. I know one time I was sitting in the hotel room with Mel, and I had a bottle of water. Now I'm at in my room. I felt a little bit more comfortable to go. I drank that water so fast. She was like, dang, Dee. And I was thirsty because I had not really been drinking. And I was also drinking things like lemonade. I think that's probably, other than that, Dee Dee's, the little retirement dinner kind of dinner we went to. Other than that, I just was really drinking lemonade and not a lot of water. So there's that. But okay. So anyway, back to the topic. Let's see. Okay. So Tammy says, I'm 56 years old, issue. So I can't get to the gym. So I'm strictly on my diet and the medicine right now. I just started 10 milligrams. Okay. Very good. So 56. So how are you doing? There was somebody in my chat the other day that said she was 80 taking this GLP-1. I mean, that just touches my heart because I just think like, I hope when I'm 80, I still care enough about myself to want to better my health. Because I know a lot of times when people get older, they say, and I mean older, like in the 70s, 80s, where your lifespan, like when you're in your 70s and 80s, there's a lifespan there, right? And people would say like, my dad was like that. My stepdad is like that. Like, I'm old now, whatever. And it's like, no, you can still care about your health and when you're 70 and 80. And so I love when I see people that are making good choices and they're not saying it's too late. Because I mean, ideally, my grandmother lived to be 82. I know a couple of people who've lived to be 100 that, in my close proximity. So that 80-year-old potentially it has 20 more years to go. And it's like, do you want 20 more years on a walker, or do you want 20 more years being able to still drive and do you? I mean, who doesn't want that? B. I pick B. How about you? All right. So, but good for you. Hopefully, you'll eventually be able to, but you don't got to go to the gym. Just walk around your house, do some little things, go up and down your stairs, stuff like that. Teddy says, I'm not afraid of gaining it all back, but I really don't want to. No, none of us do. None of us do. But I think what happens is, I think about me, Teddy, I'm on 15. And I got to tell you a story about that. Dang, I don't know when I'm going to share that part. It's been something going on with this medication too. But let's just say, okay, so if I'm on 15 and what was I gonna say? If I'm on 15 and I stop losing, now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I say the fact that I'm not gaining and I'm just maintaining, or I get lucky and I drop down a pound or two, I'll take it because it could be worse, but I'm not on compound. So I haven't tried to maneuver like taking more than 15. I know people are out there doing that. So I'm just taking that 15. So it feels like I feel like I'm in the fourth quarter and it's like my team has to make a decision. What are we going to do? And I'm going to have to buckle down and just kind of get a little bit more, tighten up what I'm doing with my healthy habits. That's and so exercise, I got that down now, right? Because I incorporated that. The water I have down, the sleep I have down. So this, my eating is what the part I really feel like I need to tighten up even more. Unless they discover an actual cure for the disease of obesity, I think it will always be at the back of my mind, simply because biology tends to win over time. Yes, so true, so true. And it is kind of scary, but that doesn't apply to everybody. I just think if you don't have the disease of obesity, and for people who don't believe in it, let's just talk about the people who are kids who grow up chunky. Like I was one of those kids that started having a weight issue and grew up chunky. And overweight, right? Where it was an issue. Like in my household, it was talked about. I was the only one that was a bigger person. So if you don't have that history, and you might can survive without the medication too, if you don't have the disease of obesity. You might be one of those people that can maintain your goal. If you never had food noise, you already are on the winning team. You already got a good jump start, because if you have food noise, that's the biggest battle. I think that's one of the biggest battles that contributes to you overeating and all of that. So if you don't have those experiences, I think you probably are one of those people that can maintain without being on this forever. And good for you. And don't feel like you're not a part of the community, because you can do that. You're just as part of this community as anybody else. Your situation is just different. It's levels, right? No level is better than the other. It's just a different level, because I've tackled the reason for the gain. Okay, so, Mel says, I love it. She says, so remember, she was one who said, no, she's not afraid because she takes estradiol for her hormone situation, testosterone. She's resistance training and walking. She eats whole foods. She used to say 90-10. Now she's saying 80-20. Okay. And lastly, she's protecting her peace. I love that. I love that you're doing all those things. So you've been able to maintain and not worry about gaining that weight back. I absolutely love that. Let's give her some confetti. I love the checks too, because it's like, been there, done that. Oh, Mel to the B. Okay, very good. Very good. All right, so Mel is doing it and doing it and doing it well. We love that. Okay, so Tammy says, I'm down 22 pounds. 22. I love that. Okay, let's give her some confetti. Good job. Good job. Okay, very good, Tammy. Tammy, how do you feel? I mean, 22 pounds off those knees is excellent. I'm going to tell you, it's a good feeling. Okay, so Perfectly Pamela says she was not told by her doctor, but she does plan to be on it for life. I will never go back to dealing with the food noise like before. That food noise, Pamela, is no joke. It is no joke. It really is not. And that's the thing. You don't realize it until you don't have it. Isn't that so true? Like you don't realize you have the food noise. So I just recently had somebody, I should read the comment, not to shame the person, but somebody said, give up carbs. She said, I see why you I see why you gained your weight. You like fruit. She said you like carbs. And I think it was a lady. You like fruit, you like carbs. And she said, give up those carbs. Basically, she said, eat meat and some few vegetables, almost kind of like a carnivore type of situation, keto. And she said, but I don't know if I can live my life without fruit. Do I even want to? Now, what I have to ask myself is, and this is like a real moment here, do I want to give up the fruit and the carbs for a short time to reach my goal and then try to incorporate it in? That's something that I have not done. My goal has been to do my GLP-1 like I want to do it for the rest of my life. So now, because it's going you go much slower that way, right? I'm saying to myself, do I want to sacrifice that stuff and get to my goal and then incorporate it, right? And I don't know. I don't know. You guys are going to see a hangry Dee without very low carbs. Because when I say I'm a carb girl, I mean it. I am a carb girl. So, and I've managed to do it up to this point and get to the point I'm at. But I might, have hit a wall here. I mean, who knows? Pat to the J. Look at you. Gosh, what a beauty. She says, I'm on a cruise right now. I took my shot before I left and will take it as soon as I get home. I will be me too. That's what happened to me. I was one day late, but that's okay. I'm getting my steps in and you're watching what you eat. Well, Pat, I mean, excellent. That's what you're supposed to do in my mind for me. Now, I'm following your plan. I'm taking the injection. I'm letting it do what it do. I'm coming home. I'm one day late. I took it on Monday. I normally take it on Sunday, and I'm good with that. Okay. It's so funny because some people say, oh my gosh, I would have taken the injection with me and not been a day late. Well, I'm not going through all that to take that injection and track it around with me. I think one day is fine and I'm good. So yeah. And so again, let us all be different and do it how we do it. Okay, so Bellflower says, my doctor didn't tell me that. She believes it was made, if we made sustainable lifestyle changes, we could come off, but every doctor is different. Okay, very good. So I haven't had that conversation with mine about coming off. And that's interesting because you're also my Mounjaro sister, right? And so that's interesting that even with, your A1C, controlling your A1C, your doctor, and let's just face it, you can control, your diabetes without a GLP-1 for some people. Some people can, and you might be one of those people that can control it. And if you haven't had food noise to the degree like we were all having food noise and didn't know what it was, we just know food constantly stayed on our mind. I can see how you would need to stay on it, or need a very low dose to kind of maintain what you're doing. I can see that. I'm determined to protect my progress, says Shay. So that's how I keep the fear quiet. But I do think about it sometimes. I keep constant with my lifestyle changes. Very good. People are saying to Pat to enjoy her cruise. I love that. Mel says, and also, I'm not sure I've had the food noise based on what my closest allies inner circle, the way they've described it. Yeah, and I think that makes a difference if you haven't had food noise. And I think that that's okay. I think that now, Mel, we've gotten over the idea, at least the circle of people I talk to and what I've seen and heard. People are over this idea of you got to be like 400 pounds, 300 pounds to take this medication. I think we've moved on from that. And I think the shortage back in a couple years ago when I started, the shortage kicked in and people were just like, oh, only people that are diabetic should have this medication because it was seemingly so scarce. Well, now I think we've graduated from that. I'm trying to learn how to back up off this camera because I can be all up in your grill. But so I think that we have learned to kind of back off of that idea that, you gotta be so big to be taking this medication, almost like it's a rite of passage. Like you got to check this and check that. Well, we don't in order to get it right. The doctors are checking this and checking that. But I think whatever need you have, and this GLP-1 can meet that medical need for you, I think go for it. My doctor told me that it was a lifetime medication, but I told her I disagree for some people. So I am tapering off the meds. Okay, good for you. And I wonder, you will be interested to see if you can maintain it without, right? If you can maintain it without that, I would be interested to see and praying that you do, if that's your goal. And I also think that we have to not shun people who want to be off. Because I know some of you think GLP-1 is the best thing ever. It's the lifesaver. It's this and that, which it is. But some people don't really want to be on a med. And so I think we have to be okay with that too. And there's nothing against you if you say, I love it, I'm going to be on it I'm a lifer. I think we have to be okay with some people who don't want to be on it. And I'm okay if people, I really don't want to be on it. I just don't think forever. I just don't know if I'm built for that with my situation that goes back and when I was a kid. It just didn't start, with perimenopause and all of that. So I learned in this space that I do not have food noise and never did. So that being said, my obesity culprit was different. Yes. So I'm saying, and I love how you said that, so I'm saying the people who seem to still struggle, even though they're taking the GLP-1, that's why I tend to give most people grace. Now I realize everybody shouldn't get grace because some people are just, doing what willy-nilly, doing whatever. But I tend to give most people grace because I think it's deeper things going on, like food noise, trauma, all that plays into it. And I think and it is a responsibility, like you're taking this med, there should be a certain responsibility. But I also think that if you are food addict, it's not that hard. It's not that easy to just stop eating the food. And when you can eat past this medication, and we see people do eat through the medication, and it's times where I did on some doses, and that's how I knew I had to go up on the dose. I was having food noise, and I could eat again. My appetite came back. And not only did my appetite come back, I was find myself eating more. And that's how I knew for me it was time to go up on a dose. And luckily it took, and I say luckily, it's not wrong with going up on the dose. I just didn't really want to be on 15 this quick. And I know people say, well, you shouldn't be ashamed to go on a 15, or you shouldn't make it bad to go on 15. It's not bad. It's just kind of like, it's kind of like having a backup, to know, okay, if I really need to get to do it, I can go to 15. Well, I feel like I'm in the fourth quarter. In 15, I got Joe Montana. You guys know who Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. I would be Jerry Rice catching the ball because he wasn't a quarterback. I'm taking it back in the day, with the Chicago Bulls. Remember the Chicago Bears? The Bulls are the basketball. Chicago Bears, they used to dominate that football. I feel like, I don't just want to kick a field goal. I want to get in the end zone with the ball. So, it's like, now I got 15, geez, oh man. So I didn't really want to get to 15 until I was down to my last 10 pounds and couldn't take that off. So I guess that's where I'm coming from. Now that I'm on 15, I'm embracing it. It is what it is. But I guess I thought I was kind of saving that to when I really needed it. Who knew I would need it before I got to my last 10 pounds? I need it at my 60 pounds left or my 70 pounds left. So there's that. So I think that, unfortunately for me, I'm feeling like, geez, oh man, now I got to work with this 15. I can't just rely on the 15. And I wasn't relying on the other doses, but I feel even more ownership, if that's the thing, on this 15. Anybody else felt like that when they got to 15? You said, oh, I check my weight 3 times a week just to confirm I'm still within 125 and 130 and that my clothes size is not creeping up too far down. Well, I love that. And I do, I'm not a weigh-in every day person. I'm not a weigh-in 3 times a week person. I'm a weigh-in once a week. But I think if I were in maintenance, I probably would check in more than once a week. I think I probably would check in maybe twice, because that would be the thing. Now if so now my sizes are arranged. I don't know, I left my jacket around at that Dee Dee's meetup. This jacket that I carry around, and that's my favorite jacket, that's a 12, but a 12 plus. Like, I'm not delusional. I'm gonna say delusional, but I'm not thinking that I'm a size 12, a regular 12. I don't think so. That's a 12 in the plus size store. 12, like, they do sell 12s in the plus size. Can you believe 12s are considered plus? That's funny to me. But anyway, but for the most part, when my size kind of dictates with the scale, how the scale is doing. But I do realize that's a bigger size. I don't know that I wear 12. Now, I was in Macy's today and I saw this shirt. It was an extra large, and actually I could fit the large, but I like my clothes to feel a little bit bigger. But if I just wanted to be running around here saying I'm wearing a large, I guess I could, but I don't wear my clothes fitting. Do you guys like your fat rolls to show, if you have any? Now, I know some thin girls that still got fat rolls, especially when they sit down. I don't like mine to show. So I won't be wearing tight clothes anytime soon, I don't think. Now, I say that, and who knows? Let's see. She says, protect that progress. Here we go. Every doctor views it differently, says Bellflower. Everyone on the meds are different. Everyone's needs are different. That is so true. Okay, so Ocean says, I'm terrified to gain the weight back. Sometimes I fluctuate within 2 pounds. When I gain the 2 pounds, I panic. Do you panic? 2 pounds. I wouldn't panic over 2 pounds, only because I think I would panic if it was like 5 pounds. Because to me, like, for a bigger person, that's messing with your clothes a little bit. 5 to 10 pounds. When you're 2 pounds, I don't know if you'll see that in anything but the scale. I don't know. Maybe you guys do. Now, I know when you were a smaller person, those pounds, my mom gained 5 pounds. It was like her buttoning up her pants were tight, but she was a small lady. With me, 5 pounds, I'm not going to notice that big of a deal. It's going to take a little bit more for me to notice that much of a weight, fluctuation. So there's that. Sweet Bee says, I don't understand how anyone could take make a medication look bad. What does that even mean? Would they say that somebody taking blood pressure meds later for that? No, I don't think they would. And I was hearing that a lot, quite often. Now I'm not really going in people's spaces, so I don't hear it as much. Bellflower says, some of this community got mad at me for deciding to come off the meds. Oh, no, you said Bellflower, some in this community. People, they really did that? Why? Jeez Louise. So how did you know they were mad? Did they tell you they were mad, or they said they were just asking questions like, how dare you come off? Jeez Louise. MVP sneaking in the comment on me. Yay, I weigh almost every day. Ooh, for the last 6 months or so, I'm trying to move back off this oh, somebody's calling me from Texas. Is this you, Cookie? No, I think this is my daughter's cousin calling. I think this is her. I'm gonna have to tell her. I'll tell her, can we call you later? Okay, all right. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Wow, that's something. Okay, so Cookie said, for the last 6 months or so, I've been within a 4-pound range, and I'll take that. I think that 4-pound range is good. Actually, I think a 10-pound range is kind of good, depending on your size, right? Depending on your size. Now, some people, their goal is to get to 175. Some people's goal is to just get to Wonderland, and if they lose anything else, they're okay with it. For me, I just thought, like, why not try to get to that, like, out of overweight? Like, gosh, that's going to be a thing if I could get there. Jeez Louise, I have to buy a whole new wardrobe. I love that you are taking control of your journey, Shay. I love that you keep us posted on tampering off, because some people fear, and seeing you be successful could be helpful. Excellent, excellent. I love this comment, because you're right. And again, that's why I say, I always say, like, shaming somebody into doing the right thing is not a great strategy. In order for people to do better, you have to show them a role model. And people like positivity. Now, I know some of us like negativity. Some of us are negative and like to be negative, and that's okay. It's channels for that. But I think most people like to be positive, like to be around positive things. And honestly, research says this is not a DD thing. Research tells you that if you want to see changes in your kids and your family and anybody, do it by showing them and not just telling them, right? Not just or shaming them, saying you're making the GLP-1 look bad. Well, you make it look good, right? So when you make it look good and you're doing a good job, I'll be quicker to say, dang, Mel has done such a great job. Bellflower has done such a great job. That's what I aspire to. MVP has done such a great job. That's what I want to do that. Pammy Whammy. I know she's not in here. She's done Pamela, perfectly Pamela. I'm just naming my ladies on that DD trip because they're coming to my head. But those ladies, a lot of them are in maintenance. They make the medication feel like it's achievable, right? For you to reach your goal and you could do it. So that's what I'm looking at. Am I looking at the people that are not taking it seriously, or being the wild wild west with the GLP-1? I'm not really taking those people serious. So that's not who I'm looking to for guidance, for support, for life. So I'm looking at those positive people, that are doing, great things. And I guess that's just what I look for. But that's what research says. Shaming people is not going to work. If that's the case, I remember my parents and my brother used to shame me and tease me about my weight, and that just made me want to go and eat more. It did not make me want to say, and I wasn't to the age where I was thinking, I'm going to show them. It just made me want to eat even more. And then it made me want to like hide my snacks. You know what I'm saying? So I hope people aren't doing that to their kids, because once you start getting to that point where you're hiding snacks and you're eating in the closet, as they say, that's not good. That's like not having a good, relationship with food as a youngin. So she said that's because they're scared and your ministry ain't theirs. Did Shay ever answer that? I don't know if she answered that, but she says, I'm on week 3 of 5 milligrams and you're going down 8 weeks on each dose down. Very good. Very good. I love that for you, Shay. She said, don't pay attention to anybody who isn't in your body. Absolutely. Let's give her some confetti for that. I agree. See how this community can be? We got to stick together. Why are we doing that to each other? Cookie, because I'm going to do what's best for me. Absolutely. I think absolutely. My ankles were a little swollen when I got back too. I know I didn't drink enough water. Yes, Pamela, I know for me, that's what it was. I'm not walking here. That doesn't really happen to me. And the times it does, it's because I'm not drinking. That's like my sign. I'm not drinking enough water, or I'm sitting too much. Remember, I was doing all those live streams sitting for 2 and 3 hours at a time. Sometimes 3, but close to 3 hours. So that did me in. And once I got up and started moving around, it took care of that and drinking. So that makes me want to take another drink. Okay. So yeah, she says, we all know 4 pounds ain't nothing but a good, absolutely. Let's see. Okay, so you have a 10-pound range. Girl, I'm feeling like a winner. I'm in range. Yes, that's why you give yourself a range, so that it's not so strict. You know what I'm saying? You have time, you have room to breathe, I always say. It's like a room to breathe. Let's see. We've been talking for an hour just about, are we afraid? I didn't even get to the rest of my stuff. Yeah, the flights too. I didn't think about that. The flights of it all will have your ankles swollen. Okay, so Bill Flower says, I gave myself a 10-pound range, really, and played within the 4 pounds over the year. That's excellent. I love that. Let's give her some confetti. I love that you can maintain that. Very good. Okay, all right, very good. Let's see. Nancy says, yes, we need to lift each other up, cheering each other on, not trying to outshine one another. I love this quote. The sky would be awfully dark with just 1 star. We love that. Yes, absolutely. All right, here we go. We love that. Very good. I love that quote. So true. That's what I say about the crayons and the crayon box. People are saying they love that, Nancy. Let me give you your love on the screen. Here we go. True that. True that. Shani, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Pamela says, I slacked on hydrating too. I bet our slacking now is still better than our hydration used pre-GLP-1s. At least it is for me. Yeah, that's true. I did at that meetup. Again, it was just because I didn't want to have to go to the bathroom a lot. So people are saying hello to Shani. Okay. MVP says, Cookie, you are a winner. We love that. Cookie says, I'm a winner, but you are the rest. Clever, Cookie. Okay, we love that. Okay, she said, but you are the real MVP. That's a cool name, isn't it? Jeez, Louise. Okay, so Pamela said the problem is when I had to give up carbs to try to get to my goal was when I did indulge in a carb. It was like, yes, that's another reason why I just have kind of stayed away from like that for me. You know, I think to thine own self be true. Isn't that a quote? And so I think for me, it's like, I'm just going to tweak this until I get it right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hopefully people hang in there with me, you know, as I'm sharing my journey and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. But yeah, it's just like, I'm going to try different things. But I was worried about that too, like, because I'm a carb girl and then giving up the carbs and then trying to go back, you know. But I know some people who can't do the variety is the spice of life with their meal plan like me. You know, like I'm trying to do 80-20, and on the weekends, on one day, not the whole weekend, I'll indulge with my daughter with a treat or a meal. And some people aren't even doing that. They're like, I can't do that. I got to go all the way until I lose my weight, and then I can bring stuff back in. And people say when I go off of that, you know, I can't handle that. Where I kind of am the opposite. I can do that. The problem is, and I don't know if it's a problem, but the situation is the way I'm choosing to do mine, I'm going to lose weight slower. So I guess I'm not on here wondering why I'm losing slow. I'm just on here saying I'm losing slow. I kind of know why I'm losing slow. You know, then the average, you know, what, not the average, because I'm still normal and steady, but I'm losing slower than, you know, somebody who's lost 100 pounds in 2 years versus me, 80 pounds in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So that sort of thing. So there's that. Hello. She says, I'm a new sub. I'm glad I caught the live. Welcome to the chat, Miss W. Look how cute you are. Look at your hair. Look at the curls of it all. We love it. What a cutie pie. Okay, so welcome to the chat. Are you on the GLP-1? How long have you been on? Do you want to tell us anything about, you know, your situation? We just love a newbie. And here we have another newbie to the chat. She says, I do have severe knee issues 24/7, but I've gotten some relief and I feel lighter. You're taking it 1 pound at a time. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I love that. And I love that mindset, the 1 pound at a time. Let's give her some confetti. Okay, very good. So, you know, now I realize that people, and I don't know your situation, but, you know, I don't know if your insurance is covering the medication. I don't know if you're taking compounds. I don't know what you're doing, Tammy. But I will say a lot of people have said who, you know, it's on this medication and paying a lot for it. Like they don't have time to lose slow. They wanted to lose fast because they don't know if they can pay for this forever. And they feel like I want to get down to my weight. And I don't know if that's your situation. But I know it's been a lot of comparing, like, oh, such and such lost 70 pounds in 70 months or 70 pounds in 80 months. And people feel like they should be doing that. And we're just all different. We're all eating differently, you know, and it's so many people in the GLP-1 community that I love. You know, a lot of people are doing different things to get to their goals. And I think that that's okay if we're all doing different things. And then, you know, hopefully you can find people that relate to you, that encourage you, inspire you. And, you know, you can, you know, do how you do, handle your journey, how you want to handle it. We're all doing different things. So Pamela's saying, welcome to the family. 1 pound at a time. That's it. We love that. She says, thank you all. Happy to be here. Sweet B is welcoming her and saying hi to Shani. What is Shani saying? I scrolled down too far. Wait a minute, Shani. Geez, Louise, this is a long chat. Okay, here we go. Shawnee says, all my team of doctors except one said to take forever if I want, but skip doses if to get it to the low amount of med needed to give you enough suppression. Your pulmonologist said to come off once I reach your goal. Ooh. So which one are you going to listen to? Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Okay, very good. So Shawnee, which one are you going to listen to? Take it forever or come off? And I don't know. You're a pulmonologist. That's a serious thing. I don't know. That'd be hard. I'm curious to see what you're going to say. If I skip it, somebody let me know I skipped her comment because I want to see what she says. Hello, look at you. Looking all fancy, fancy, and cute. You remind me of Janelle Monáe. Is that her name? Janelle Monáe. Hello there. Long time no see. I look forward to viewing your content, Vanetta. Oh my goodness. I was like, okay, how are you? Jeez Louise. Okay, people are saying welcome to the live. Okay. Doses of Shani says, that's interesting. What direction will you go if you want to share? I know I'm interested in that too. Okay, so Diane says, I'm terrified of gaining it back, but I just ordered my last dose. I've got to try and see everything I've learned, eating, healthy eating, hydration, moving, portion control. Can I do it? Okay, so you just ordered your last dose. Now, why did you order your last dose? I have to try and see if I learned everything I learned, healthy eating and all that. Right. So I'm saying, excellent. But do you think you had the disease of obesity? Because if you have food noise and all that kind of stuff, Diane, it'll be interesting. You got to keep me posted and all of us and let us know how you do. Because I would be interested in knowing what is going on. What is going on with that? I'm going to give you some confetti because you're not on here like, well, you don't seem to be in a panic about ordering your last dose. Geez, Louise. Okay, good luck to you. Oh my goodness. If I was on my last dose, geez, Louise, I think I'd be like in a little bit of a like nervous about it, maybe. Okay, so Diane. So that's a good question. Bellflower, my twin says, are you tapering off or are you hard stopping? Good question. Shay says, what's the next step if you reach 15, but your body won't go any further? Well, I'm not going to say I'm in that situation, but I am at 15, but I'm not in that situation where I don't know because I still have lost a little bit, but I'm going to tell you 15 is not like the end all be all like I thought it would be. I thought it would, I know people say they get to 15 and they don't lose, right? And they just kind of maintain. People maintain, that's their therapeutic dose. But I don't know. I thought the symptoms would be harder. It's just kind of like I cruised into 15. The only thing was the super fatigue of it all. I was tired more than normal. I will say that. So I was tired more than normal, but I was able to smooth through. And yeah, that's the thing. So, let's see. Some doctors don't believe obesity is chronic, progressive. Yeah, so for some people, they may require lifelong treatment to keep it controlled. Yes, I know people don't believe in that. Diane, keep us posted on your progress, Shay says. Yeah, I'd be interested to know. You look very good, Dee Dee. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. So I'm glad somebody who saw me in person says that. Love it. Love it. Thank you. I've been tapering off. I've been in maintenance. Oh, so you've been in maintenance. Okay. So you're another one that wants to taper off. Now, I guess what I want to know is are you tapering off because you have to, or you want to? Do you have to get off of it or do you really want to? Ramon Zepbound, how are you? How are you? He says, hello. Oh, okay. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Nicole, I think it will take forever, but the smallest dose that works when I get to maintenance. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I love that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, once I weigh in 4 years straight. Ooh, yeah, you're once a week. Are you saying once a week, 4 years straight? I personally and emotionally saw no point in scale stressing. For me, when I attempted to do it too often, I was stressed out. Yeah, me too. And it's sometimes that I got on the scale and more than I normally would. And it's not for me. Like, I stress out. Any little thing you do, you're going to see something happen on the scale within the day. So even when people weigh at night, I always wonder, like, you ate all day. I guess if you've been doing it, you could tell. But I weigh in first thing in the morning in my birthday suit. Sometimes I have on my underwear. If I'm going to the doctor, I wear the same outfit. I try to. Now, there's been times when I've been off with that, but I try to wear the same thing and just be consistent with that part. But once a week, and then of course, when you go get a DEXA scan, you're clothed, except for the shoes of it all. But that's a true weight and everything. So if you could get that DEXA scan, I say get that DEXA scan. That DEXA scan takes everything into consideration, and you get a truer picture. And it doesn't have to be, if you don't want to get a DEXA scan, get some kind of in-body scan or whatever. I think that, just getting it one time, I think that's going to be so helpful. Perfectly, Pamela said, I don't like my rolls to show, but I also don't like shapewear. Me either. I took shapewear on that trip to Chicago and never wore it. I usually just deal with it unless it's a special occasion. Then I suffer with the skins. And I remember my mom, who was slim, always wanted me to wear, what do you call those? The shapewear and stuff. I never wanted to wear that. I just don't like clothes like tightly on me unless it's like bottoms. The top, I just have something going on with that. The bottom, I could take it. The top, I agree about the clothes. I like something that skims my body and isn't tight or baggy. But of those things, they can make you look bigger. Yeah, and that's the thing, so I just gotta look bigger. I do realize they make me look bigger to wear bigger clothes, but I just can't help it. I'm just into that. I don't know what it is. So people are saying hello to each other. Let's see. Round Mouth interview. Yes. I was there yesterday with, I loved how that guy interviewed early in his journey, because a lot of times we catch people later in their journey. It's nice to hear somebody's mindset. So I would love for you to do like a follow-up with him if you can, when he gets to his goal or close to his goal, because I think he said he was 4 weeks in. And it was just a nice perspective, I think, to see and hear that. So let me put up Round Mouth. Let's see. Where's Round Mouth at? Jeez Louise. Round Mouth. He said, "Hey y'all." So go check out, that interview. I thought that was pretty neat to interview somebody early on like that. Very good. Okay, so he did say he would come. I am on it. I didn't even see that. That's a great idea. Round Mountain is saying, Dee, retirement is looking good on you. Thank you. I'm so glad to be retired, Round Mountain. But I'm telling you, I've been busier in retirement than I have before I retired. I feel like I had so much going on. Now that this meetup is over, I just have a lot of things scheduled with people. Like, I got different cliques of friends, and, I got this friend group, that friend group. My birthday's coming up. I got so much going on that I'm super busy. So when school starts back and everything the dust kind of settles on the first day of school, where I retired from, I am going to have breakfast and coffee with somebody. We want to just be doing something when school starts back that we don't have to do, which is get ready for school. So I'll be doing that, having coffee with some friends, and doing that. But I will really know how it is to be retired when school starts back, and I don't have to get my classroom ready and go to the back to school meetings and all of that. But I'll have my daughter's stuff going on. But it's just different because I'll be there as a parent. So, gosh, that's just such a blessing. Thank you for reminding me. All right. So you had so much pain due to inflammation. Jeez Louise. Okay. All right. So, yeah. And, hopefully when you get to that, I don't know, I don't think you're on 2.5, but hopefully when you go down to that lowest dose, it still, has that inflammation under control. Because I know, like, Taisha tried to do that. And she's been on 5, and she tried to go to 2.5, and her body was like, no, ma'am, we need 5. So hopefully, that happens with you. Okay, shaming of people has the opposite effect. It really does. Dang, am I that far back? I'm 15 minutes back. Jeez, Louise. They're getting their money's worth, RMZ. Doses of Shani, and that's the thing. The GLP-1 is helping people in so many other ways. Weight loss is merely a side effect, and it affects us all differently. That is so true. Very true. That's me. Oh, I'm fat, or pass me another cheeseburger then. No. She said, oh, I'm fat, or pass me another cheeseburger then. Jeez, Louise. She said, preach, Bellflower. Talking about sizes, I just ordered some clothes off of OAC next week. All 18-20. Some were too big, some small, others felt just right. I felt like Goldilocks. Thank goodness for the returns of it all. I love that. Jeez, Louise, how about that? All right, so I have to talk about that. Shay, yep, I knew exactly why mine was slow because I did it my way. Yes, 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 yes. So I hope people realize, yeah, I'm doing this my way. And that's the only way I can do it. I can't do it. But I love how some people were able, and my inner circle, those group of ladies are all in maintenance and they did it. Everybody did it different, right? Even in that group of ladies. And, I'm doing it my way. And they give me ideas because, my weight is slow. My weight loss is slowed down. And they give me ideas, but they don't pressure me and say, you should do it this way. This is the right way. And I love that. I love that they're letting me figure it out, but giving me ideas of, to try this or try that, but not making me feel like, girl, what are you up to? Sometimes I am 90-10, but if I'm traveling or celebrating, more 80-20, living an imperfectly healthy lifestyle. We love that. Speak on it. Q says, hey, beautiful. How are you? I am good. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Are you taking a GLP-1? Are you just here for the good looking ladies or men of it all? What is up? Belle, you got me thinking of Elvis Presley my way. I'm over here. I'm aging myself now. Oh my goodness. Geez, Louise Cookie. All right. So you said, yes, you needed it to be sustainable. We get that. Thank you. I appreciate the warm welcome. It's pronounced. Oh, here she hit me with the phonics of it all. I love a good phonics. Okay. Let me see if I can get this. Curlay. Is that right? Curlay. I enjoy work I enjoy your work in channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching. Did I say your name right? Curlay, because I do like to get the names right. Always hit me with that phonics. Most of the time I can get it. Let's see. This is why, I give nicknames to everybody. And this is why I give nicknames for my students when I was teaching, because if I couldn't get their name right, I want to call them a name. But then some people just, you want to give a name to. This is a funny story. I had a student that he used to wear he would wear this Adidas outfit, like head to toe. So when he would walk in class, I would play that song, My Adidas. And then he would go to the restroom. When he came back in, I would tell the kids, when he comes in, we're all going to sing it, right? So I put it on and he come in and and be like, my Adidas. So then he started wearing the outfit all the time. And I said, it's not fun anymore because he was expecting it. So that is so funny. So yeah, so we gave him that, not just a nickname, but I gave him a theme song. If I could play music on here, everybody'd have a theme song. How about that? Okay. What are you guys saying? I'm behind in this chat. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, though. I appreciate it. People are actually watching my channel. Since she said that, this is my time to tell you guys, I am celebrating. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm going to try to share my screen. But I don't hope this whole operation doesn't come tumbling down. Okay. Jeez, Louise. So I want to say, I'm celebrating 8K subscribers. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see my tab. I think that is so cool. I'm celebrating 8K. And who knew? I feel like we were just celebrating. I'm going to tell you exactly my count. Now, when I don't know, am I still sharing? Stop sharing. Here we go. So I just love that for myself. And I'm at 8,200. Let me refresh. I'm at 8,265. How about that? So I was just at like 8,000 yesterday, 8,000, something yesterday. like, 21 or something like that. So that fast. I'm like, geez, Louise, these people are coming and subscribing and actually watching the videos. That's important. They're actually watching. So I do appreciate that. So I love that. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, somebody said she did resemble. Yes, and I love the hat that she just had it going on. My pulmonologist reasoning is that the man has not been around long enough where he trusts is long term. He wants me to try. Okay. He thinks I'm not truly obese. He thinks I was obese due to your health issues. Interesting. Okay, very good. Okay, let's see. Um, you said he thinks I can do it once I get to maintenance, but I don't. Well, you'll see. You'll be able to let us know. We love that. Okay, so you said, oh, thank you. I'm on the GLP-1. Just took my 9th injection, down 20 pounds. Go, Miss W. Go, Miss W. Go, Miss W. Okay, all right. Let's give you some confetti. Excellent, excellent, excellent work. We love that for you. Very good. 9th injection. Jeez, Louise. I can't remember what number I'm on. I love that. And I love that you are, coming and you want to learn like on your journey. I love that you're coming into the chat, talking to some of these divas and divos that know what they're talking about. We love that. All right. So Belle, she says, that's great. I lost my desire for lots of stuff too. We got this. Very good. Okay, so Dose of Shani said, especially because I didn't need a higher dose. Okay, very good. Stacy, how are you? I remember you from this picture with, I think that's your hubby. You said, I will do everything that I can to keep the weight off. I don't ever want to eat cookies mindlessly. I used to eat 3 cookies to try to control what I ate before I knew that 3 cookies became 12. And you're right, a lot of people no control once they, that brain is telling you to eat more. It's like one Lay's chip. Who can eat one Lay's chip? Now, I'm going to tell you, it's a challenge because on this GLP-1, I think I could just eat one Lay's. I need to call those folks and say, the GLP-1 folks can do it. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Linda, how are you? Miss Linda, we were just saying how beautiful you are. Geez, Louise, and look at you. Look at that profile pic. She says, Dee Dee, hello, how are you? Okay, so what's going on with you, Miss Linda? Any news? Any news? What are you in maintenance? I think you are in maintenance, but I think you switched from branded to compound. What's going on with you, Miss Brenda? Miss Brenda, I'm just over here on my channel. I'm so busy doing my own thing over here. You say you weigh every morning. Okay, very good. I think for somebody in maintenance that's trying to stay in that range, I think that's so appropriate. Okay, he says, Brown Mountain is saying, Miss W, that's great. Keep up the great work. Mel is saying, Shani, that makes sense. Yvette, how are you? Wait a minute, where's Yvette? I scrolled down past her. Jeez, Louise, Yvette. Okay, wait a second. Okay, you said, greetings. I am on week 8 break as of an 8-week break as of July 11th. I think I want to be off for 4 months. My weight continues to drop in maintenance. My doctor said it's time to stop. We will see. You look great, Dee Dee. Thank you. Okay, so wait a second. Okay, so you want an 8-week break and you want to come off for 4 months because your weight is continuing, okay, to go down. All right, so you have to come back and check in and let us know. This is so interesting. This is what I love is that people are to the point where they're meeting their goals and we kind of have something to, look up to, look forward to. We have people who have met their goal and trying to maintain. So that's an interesting problem to have, that you're losing too much. I know Mel was having that problem, right? Mel, you were losing too much. You had to, kind of slack back because you were losing too much. So interesting. Well, good luck to you. Let me give you some confetti. Okay, so and I'm giving you some confetti for daring to, stop taking the med. Like some people would, what do you call that when people grab their pearls, clutch their pearls? So I love that for you. Very good. Okay. Ooh, so you saw my interview with Miss Toy and have been locked in. That's my girl, Miss Toy. I like Miss Toy. I love to say, Miss Toy. She's got it. Shout out to Miss Toy out there. She's out there watching. All right, so let's see. Thank you. Okay, doses of Shawnee's. I haven't the GLP ones been around for 20 years? Seems like they would know. Yes, but I'm not a doctor and I don't know the whole situation. Great question, but you are smart because that's a great question. Dee Dee, you are looking gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. So are you. So are you. I appreciate that. Okay, Brenda says, went to the 10 milligram shot yesterday, was having increased food noise. I wait every day in my birthday suit. Yes, me too. Don't like the tight clothes either, but needing new shirts. Yes, very good. I love that. Okay, all right. Yeah. And I always say, honestly, now, I'm not going to say in the new because I, you know, in the nude. I don't love how I'm looking in the nude, but I don't know too many women that do, right? Because, I'm 53, a woman of a certain age. Gravity has kicked in for sure. But I'm telling you, my body, I don't dislike it, right? I got the boobs, I got the behind. My thighs are too big. I will say that. I got and my stomach is just hanging on to fat for dear life. If I could slim this stomach down, which would roll around to my back fat, I would love that. I would love that. So that's kind of, my goal, but you can't really spot reduce, I know. So I'm just hoping, and some people, the stomach is the last to go, right? The stomach is the last to go. And I'm going to tell you, one thing I do like about losing and then gaining some of the weight back and having some of that water weight is that my face filled back out. At one point, I'm going to show these videos because I remember seeing my face. I remember I used to go to school and I have like a mirror in my cabinet and I would open the mirror and I would see my face and it would look a little wrinkly. I had so many wrinkles under my neck and it's gotten better. I can see it in some of my videos. It's better. I've been using this cream. I'm going to share the cream. I just want to make sure it worked. But I don't know if it's just the cream or it's because my face filled out a little bit more. So either way, I like the way my face looks better, but I realize once you lose weight everywhere. You don't really get to spot reduce. And that's why all the women that lose a lot of weight and slim way down, they start putting, that, what do you call it? Not Botox, but the fillers in their cheeks and stuff. Cause they, want to feel their face. They don't want the Ozempic face. So there's that. I mean, geez Louise, we just got a lot to deal with. All right, you said, Zepbound, round on the Zepbound. Thank you. Your husband, Corey, said, hello. Oh, how cool is that? He said, tell Corey I said hello. I love that. Making connections. We love it. Okay, so, somebody says they've been a diabetic. Look at this cutie patootie. I love your hair. Is it Felita? I love that name. Okay, so she said she's been a diabetic since 2000. Are you on the GLP-1? Are you taking the GLP-1? People are saying hello to each other. We have so many new people in the chat. I just love that. I love the new folks in the chat. Okay, so she said, yes, Dee Dee, retirement is another word for available. Yes, Miss Linda, you are so right. Oh my God, we got to tell my dad that he's the one that he is on it. He thinks I'm just sitting over here eating bonbons. I'm doing work for him, actually. How about that? I think my life is going to slow down a little bit now. I just got a lot of social stuff on my calendar and a lot of doctor's appointments with my dad. So that's going to take my time in these next couple of weeks here. But I'm thinking once August starts, maybe my schedule, when my daughter's active and busy in the summer, maybe it will tone down. I don't know, but geez, Louise. Okay, so Shawnee says, I think I'll stay on 5 and maybe even try 7.5 one more time. And maybe I could tolerate now after a year. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, so another beauty in the chat. She says, I took my second shot Sunday. I'm down 10 pounds, but very tired. Pickle juice. Pickle juice. Oh, it's your pickle juice. I love that. Okay, so you said pickle juice is helping. And I think pickle juice will be salty. You know what? Texas yellow rose. You're gonna make me go. I have let me see. I don't see an expiration date. Maybe you can help me. If you know about pickle juice, you might know about pickles. You know those big pickles you get? I got them from my farmer's market, and they're in those bags. They're like a big, thick pickle. I'm gonna ask my daughter to bring it to me and show it to you. Okay, so Texas yellow rose. I'm going to show you my pickle. So I brought that up because I wanted to eat my pickle, but I was just kind of worried that if I ate the pickle, the sodium of it all, right? So you don't worry about that. You're just drinking the juice. Okay, let's see. I'm so far behind in this chat. We're gonna have to Mel was saying I was muted. Oh, I was trying to mute myself because I was calling my daughter. I didn't want to scream in your ear. So I was trying to, I want Texas yellow rose. Maybe you can help. Maybe you guys can help me with that. So yes. Okay. How about this? Shh. Hey, honey, I'm on my live.
I like pickles.
Hold on. Thank you. Okay. So are you ready for this? Texas yellow rose. I love it when you call me Big Papa. So how about this? Okay, I have now this pickle has been in there for I feel like ages. Like I got this a long time ago. No fiber, no sugar, no protein. This would be just helping this would squash my appetite, which is why I got it. But look, okay, so the serving size is 1/7 of a pickle. So I would have to multiply, but there is nothing, no calories. Look at this. No calories, no fat. It's 300. Okay, so wait. So it has 370 milligrams of sodium times 7, right? Because it's 1/7 of the pickle. So that would be, geez Louise, like 2,100 milligrams. I'm just rounding. 2,100, probably more than that. About between 28 and 2,500 milligrams of salt if I ate this whole thing. Geez Louise. Now the problem is there is no expiration date. And if you know anything about Dee Dee, you know that I don't do any kind of food past the expiration date, drinks or anything. I'm such a stickler about that. And although I realize I could be eating it at my dad's house because he doesn't look at the expiration date and he does some cooking. So I could be eating it, but I won't do it. So when does this expire? Because I don't know. There's no expiration date. So I don't know. Is it good forever? Forever, ever? I don't know. I love it when you call me Big Papa. I got it from the farmer's market. I'm telling you, everything it's a lot of organic and whole foods up in there. So I don't know. I feel like this fan is not enough. I feel like I need my fan. Jeez Louise, I need a Beyonce fan up in here. All right. So did anybody answer the pickle question? Because I don't know. Okay. So gosh, I'm behind. People are saying congratulations. So geez, Louise. Mel is asking Shani, is she trying to lose? I don't know if he said that. I think I might have scrolled down too much. So if I missed somebody, I'm so sorry. People are saying congratulations. Thank you for that. Okay, so you're saying I ate pizza today, but I'm also on Weight Watchers, so I track points. I'm no stranger to Weight Watchers. I was telling Miss Toy this during our interview. I might be back at Weight Watchers. I might go back. Now I won't go back before if I go back, it'll probably be like more towards the fall. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm considering going back though. Let's see. Miss Linda. Yeah, we miss Miss Linda. We do miss Miss Linda. Miss Linda said she's in maintenance. She did 70. What? Gee, Louise. Miss Linda, I'm not kidding you. You are just one beautiful lady. Look at you. 70. You make 70 look good. We're going to sing happy birthday. You said you are using branded and compound. Well, I hope you're still in here because we're going to sing happy birthday. I got to do it. I just love a good birthday. All right. Ready? Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Linda. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Yay, Miss Linda. We love that for you. Jeez Louise, 70. I love that. Very good. I hope you're feeling good, feeling as good as you look. You look great. All right, so I'm scrolling down, Miss Linda. Okay, so Yvette says, 137 now. Your goal was 150. Ooh, okay. So Miss Linda says she's losing. That's excellent. Wait a minute, Yvette. Let me not get distracted and give you your confetti. Okay, all right. All right, so Texas Yellow Rose says I'm going to do 3 months and then change to is it Contrave or Contave? Okay. So why are you switching? Is there a reason why Texas Yellow Rose? And did you tell me about the pickle of it all? Oh, you said it's killing your pocketbook. Yeah, I can see that. And Miss Linda says she's losing 1.5 pounds every month. Very good. Okay, very good. It's my 19-year-old, 6.5. Ooh, that's your son. Did you say your son? He's 6'5". He makes a face each time I hug him. And I forgot to give him a hug when I get home. He is not happy. He just started Zepbound. Okay, so you said he has your metabolism. Geez, Louise. Brown Mom says they say thick thighs save lives. That's what I've been told. Love it. Nancy said, forget that. I could save the world. I know that's right, Nancy. I'm going to give you some confetti because I'm with you. Thick thighs save the lives. Jeez Louise. So, Rahman, you got to go back and look at our pictures from our meetup. Yeah, you'll see some nice pictures of the ladies for our little meetup here. Okay, so Mel is reminding us that Didi's content does not constitute medical advice. Please contact your doctor for medical advice. I agree. You guys are funny. I'm scrolling down. So somebody said running back Deuce Staley used to drink pickle juice during the game. Does that do something with the inflammation? I want to say now that I'm thinking about it, I've heard that. Is my pickle outdated? Do you guys know that? Is it an expiration date? It has to be, right? It doesn't say one on there though. Sandy, how are you? You are looking gorgeous as ever. She says, hello, Didi, looking beautiful. Thank you. I got my Diva-licious hair. So I want all you guys to come on Friday. I'm doing a Friday night live. I'm going to be talking about my 2 years on YouTube. I'm going to be talking about my 2 years on YouTube. I'm going to be talking about my Didi's meetup. I'm going to, talk about that. I'm going to talk about YouTube stuff. So I'm going to talk about how YouTube is kind of like being on my GLP-1 journey. So if you're a content creator and you want to, drops, you want to hear some gems. I don't know if I have some gems, but if you have questions that people want to ask me, even subscribers, because some subscribers want to become content creators or they think like, oh, that sounds interesting. So I'm going to be talking about a little bit about that. I'm not going to say a whole lot about it. But I'm going to do that at the end because I don't want to make my live stream about, content creating. But it is some parallels to my journey on this YouTube journey and my GLP-1 journey. So I just kind of want to talk about that and talk about the meetup. And I'm going to do that on Friday. If those Didi Friday night lives were infamous and I gave those up to get some of my time back. Like, what did that Maxine, what's her name? Maxine Waters says, I'm reclaiming my time. I had to reclaim some of my time. I was live 3 times a week. Geez Louise, wasn't that a thing? 3 times a week. Geez Louise. So I'm just going to do a special little live on Friday. So join me at 8:30 p.m. Eastern if you're free. Zepbound is my med of choice, and you have been approved since 2023. This could be why he said not long enough. Okay. All right. Very good. 2 sips because I'm you said because I know blood pressure pills. Okay, so you only take 2 sips of it. Okay, all right. Yeah, I can. So now that I see that, I don't think I've ever multiplied the sodium because I probably will throw this out. When I tell you I had this for so long, I don't even know if it's expired or not. But yeah. And the funny thing is I got to put this on the screen. You, Miss W, I see you too. But why is this called Big Papa? I'm single, but I'm ready to mingle, but I'm not that ready. Jeez Louise, I cracked my own stuff up. Jeez Louise, where are the single ladies at up in here? Okay, you said I trust my pulmonologist. He saved lives a few times. However, I will be taking his med. He'll get over it. Yeah, so you know what? You go to him enough, you check in. So if there are complications, you're going to be on it. So you know what's up. You're a nurse, so you got it, Shawnee. Doses of Shawnee. We love that for you. Doses of Shawnee is also a content creator. Go and check out her channel. You guys, it is Doses of Shawnee. There she is in all her glory. Okay. No calories, no fat, no nutritional value. And that's exactly what I said. You're eating that just because for me, a pickle would kind of take away my appetite. You know, it makes me not want to eat other things. I wasn't eating it for the, the whatever you use it for, your inflammation, joints, or whatever. Okay, so Texas Yellow Rose is saying, okay, so what is in here? Okay, so we got cucumber, we got water, we got salt. We do have vinegar, calcium chloride, natural flavoring, sodium benzoate, and potassium sorbate to prevent spoilage and yellow 5. So maybe it doesn't expire. I'm gonna Google that. Somebody ask Google, ChatGTP, Claude, Siri, ask somebody. Can somebody find out, do pickles expire? You guys are the smartest chat in all of GOP1 land. You know, now, I'm going to be singing that song. I love it when you call me Big Papa. I just can't believe my pickle is called. You want to use. Oh, my Siri is talking. Good night, Siri. She didn't answer me. She like, I'm listening. They always listening. Jeez Louise, this AI is no joke. Jeez Louise. Okay, all right. So let me scroll on down. You said the dates are on the boxes. So this one didn't come in a box. It's like at the farmer's market in the refrigerator section, and it's just kind of sitting there, right? Jeez Louise. Okay, so she said it could last. Unopened pickles can last a couple of years. Jeez Louise. It's not enough salt. It'll probably. It's got enough salt. You are so right. It'll probably outlast us all. Now that was funny. And I think I've had it for at least, it might not be 2 years. I mean, I bought this around the same time I started my YouTube channel. I don't think I've had it that long. It's beat me on my YouTube journey. Jeez Louise. All right, so people, I'm going to put this up for Pamela. People are, Miss Linda, people are saying happy birthday. Happy birthday. We love that for you, Miss Linda. You look great. Oh, she does look beautiful. Pammy Whammy came on in. I mentioned your name. Were your ears burning, little lady? I know Charles and Shay have interviewed for the Downsize. Are any of the rest of you? I'm doing one tomorrow. Okay, so, very good. And so you're doing one tomorrow. We'll have to check you out on there. Okay, all right, very good. Let's see. I love the Downsize. Sweet B says RMZ. I mean, that's what they preserve. So Nancy, I'll have to look out. I do get notifications for them, but my notifications is not always I don't get it consistently for everybody. I don't know what that's about, but that's so true. Okay, so Mel says my pickles expire in July of 2027. I bought them 3 months ago. So that's about what? Well, it's only a year. But are they Big Papas? I love it when you call me Big Papa. Jeez Louise. I'll be out here dating. When I'm out here dating, y'all gonna say, Dee Dee, you are a mess. Meetup pics on the community page. Yes, and some short videos. And we did a live stream. We all went live. So beside the live before this live, we went live while we were there. So yeah, but if you go to my community post, it's great pictures up, of the ladies that went. We got some good, powerful, nice, intelligent, beautiful ladies up in there. It was just a nice time. Okay, so pickle juice is good for headaches. I didn't know that. Okay, Cookies, looking forward to watching that interview. Okay, so Charles says pickle stops cramping via nerve, so it works faster than Gatorade. Wow. or other electrolytes. Interesting. And I was just eating it for the taste. And I like the juice too, but not a lot of juice. But now that I see all that sodium, I have to be so careful with that juice. Male, I'm still trying to lose, but purposely slowed my weight loss down 2 to 4 pounds a month to help preserve more muscle as I strength train. And when I only lose 1 pound, I'm good with that at 100. Oh my God, 109 pounds now. My chat just bumped down. I don't know why, but oh my gosh. Shawnee, that's excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good for you. Good for you. And you look great. I love that. 109 pounds. What a good feeling. Do any of you have problems with your children or grandchildren wanting to drink up? Well, my daughter knows not to touch my, protein shakes and things, but they always want to try what you're doing. So yeah, I think you either have to hide them or give them a strict consequence if they drink them. So my daughter knows she drink any of mine. I buy her little snacks and some Starbucks and treats. She knows that's cut out if she drinks my shake. So there's that. Charles, we had so much fun. Yes, yes, yes. It was fun. Quality time with the ladies. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm scrolling. Tammy, mine, we're staying far away from that. All right, so people are saying hello. What is she saying about Big Papa? Okay, you know about these Big Papa pickles. She said they're generally shelf stable for about 1 to 2 years from the date they were manufactured. Well, they probably took them out the box and they just had them individually sitting there. So I'm not going to eat this because why am I not going to eat it? Because first of all, that sodium scares me. I could chop it up into little pieces, but I think this has to be close to 2 years old. Maybe I should open it up. Is it supposed to smell a certain way? If it smells fresh, maybe I could do it. Oh, Dad, can you believe this pickle has that much sodium? Jeez Louise. I love it when you call me Big Papa. I am tickled. I gotta tell you, Roundbound of Zepbound, are you still in here? Last week I was audio only. I'm telling you, when you said we're not doing fiber, that tickled me. When I tell you that tickled me, and every time I thought about it, I gave a chuckle. I mean, to me, that's the quote of this year for me so far is we're not doing fiber. If you were there on the live chat last week, then you know what I'm talking about. So funny. Okay, so Pam uses pickle juice to stop muscle cramp. That's what I heard it was for now that you say that. Okay, very good. I'd rather use my electrolytes though. I've been rolling with Weight Watchers since 2012. I love them. Lost 75 pounds. My first go around, gained it all back and some now. At this time with my GLP-1, they have GLP-1 workshops also. Now I heard that too. She said, oh my God, how are you single, beautiful, and smart? They are missing out. I think it's more about me. Right? It's at this point, first of all, I'm not even ready to date. And I used to have on Fridays, Texas Rose. Are you single? Are you married? I used to do lives on Friday nights and talk about the dating of it all. And so now I'm not even really that interested in dating yet, but one of these days I might bust out and start dating. I'm myself, I'm not ready. How about that? Jeez Louise, I got to admit that. Doses of Shawnee, that is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Absolutely. She says there's the horizontal. It's too hard to see the chat. Yeah, you got to come in the horizontal one, they say. Male, since I have not been able to tolerate more than 5 milligrams, I get fearful it will stop working. So I'm trying to build as much muscle as I can and get my body able to handle more of the calories. Okay, very good. You will figure it out. You've done an excellent job. It stops the cramping in less than a minute. Jeez, who knew it worked that fast? Okay, very good. Did I miss anybody? Okay, so Shawnee says 2 months, I'm increasing my calories by 100. I don't want my maintenance calorie deficit to be too low. Very good. Oh, yeah. Oh, you wrote that. Shawnee wrote that on my comment, that in the comment section. That had everybody on this live. The people around Mount that were watching the playback even talked about that. It was just classic. It was so funny. I'm like, geez, Louise, this is according to my search engine. Thank you, search engine. Who knew? I love that. My mom said when you stop looking, that's when you're gonna find somebody. That's what happened to your friend. Introduced me to my husband. He's a mobile mechanic, and we've been together ever since. All right, shout out to you. Geez, Louise, here we go. Let's give you some confetti. All right, very good. We love that. That gives me hope. Texas Rose, Yellow Rose, I should say. All right, so you said you use daily magnesium electrolytes, but if I mess up, it's good to see some pickles on to have some pickles on it. Those pickles are just cracking me up. Yeah, I can hear Round Mouth saying that too. I mean, when I tell you Bellflower, I laughed about that all throughout the DD meetup. And then every time Fiber came up, I had to contact my girl Joe. Anytime Fiber came up, we were like, dear, we talk about Fiber. Okay, I'm using text to speak and saying that's okay. That's okay. Do what's convenient for you. I can make it out. Remember, I'm a third grade teacher. I can read a lot of stuff. And that's why I need phonics, because I'm so used to seeing stuff that spell any old kind of way. I'm not used to the real spelling. That's why I need help with these words some of you are putting in this chat. Yes, I can hear him saying it too. It was so funny. Pammy, I've always posted a note on the, okay, telling people to join over here. Okay, what a great group. Absolutely. With that said, we're going to get out of here. This was such a fun night. I enjoyed you guys. Thank you to the people who were the first time coming in the chat. Thank you to my girls that went on that DD's meetup. Thank you to Bellflower. You know, I will say, and I'll talk about this a little bit more on Friday at 8:30. You know, I got the best moderators in all of YouTube. And I'm going to tell you a story about that on Friday. So I will see you guys. Join me on Friday night. I don't know if you guys saw this, but in the corner, can you look in your top hand corner? I was trying to put 8K for my subscriber count. You know, I'm in the 8,000 range, but I couldn't find it. So I just put my thumbnail of my latest video. Do you guys see that? So if you haven't seen that video, why we're afraid, the real thing I think we're afraid of being on these GLP-1s, go and watch that video. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback on that video. Come and join me Friday night at 8:30. I'm going to be live. I'm going to be talking about all things YouTube. I'm going to be talking about my 2-year journey and how it's just a lot like, so I've been on the GLP-1 over 2 years. I've been on YouTube for like a little over 2 years. So we're going to be celebrating that. And I'm just going to talk about the content creation of it all, but I'm going to save that for the end of the live. So if you're coming to hear about GLP-1 and you don't want to hear about this content creator stuff, I get that. So I'm going to talk about that live. So if anybody has questions, they can ask me some questions. And, you know, what do I know? I'm just a girl on my corner of the internet doing my thing. Trying to inspire you guys and getting inspired and making this a safe space for everybody to come. So, you know, I just love that. And so I will see you guys on Friday, 8:30. Have a great night. This is Hump Day. Tomorrow is Thursday. Then we're on Friday. I will see you guys then. Stay safe, stay cool, and stay cool. Stay cool and cool. And if you got a big papa, enjoy. Good night. Love you guys. Bye.